Best discussion, debate, and analysis of college football. You know that I say that all the time as an aim and as a goal and a mission. Not saying that we've arrived, but that's our aim, goal, and mission. But we came across somebody on Twitter here, Big Game Boomer. And you got to check out his Twitter and follow him on Twitter. We're going to bring him in right now to talk about college football, rankings, ratings, lists, all that stuff that keeps us going during the offseason. That's so interesting to guys like me. You're probably a college football nerd out there. If you watch me, then you're going to dig what he brings across. Again, it's Big Game Boomer. How you doing tonight?
Doing good. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. I was just, as I was mentioning to you, I'll tell everybody else here that I came across your Twitter feed just here in the last couple of days and definitely thought, this is right in my wheelhouse in regards to the people that I like to talk to and love what you do here on Twitter. So again, go to Big Game Boomer. I'm going to pull up his banner at the bottom of the page and you'll be able to just follow him right to Twitter. And there's just interesting stuff here constantly that you're sending out. So we're talking about lists and rankings and all sorts of best of both like hardcore stuff on the field, like top 50 offensive tackles in college football, but also some stuff like, best student section or worst student section, all those things. So where do you come up with your idea for your topics?
They just kind of pop in my head. I'll think about something while I'm like at the gym working out and, I'll make a list on my, just kind of jot it down on my phone. And, I've got a list on my phone that I kind of track, have to manage all the list ideas that I have. And people, fans from other schools send me list ideas all the time. So it's just kind of become it seems like it's a daily thing now where I do a couple things every day. And it's really fun. It's kind of turned into a hobby, and I'm really enjoying it. I mean, just especially with the off season, it's just so dead right now. I feel like this is a way to kind of keep college football fans engaged during the dead period.
Yeah, it's the longest off season of any major sport, unfortunately. And if you're an NBA fan or a Major League Baseball fan, you turn around after the season's over and you're ready to roll. But college football seems like we sit around here forever waiting for college football.
Yeah, and the season's just so short. It's gone in the blink of an eye. And I'm ready for it, though. We're like 104 days away, so.
Absolutely. So I'm looking at your Twitter feed right now, and I see the last feed, or actually this is the pin tweet at the top of the page, is the best college town in every state. So for that one in particular, is that you coming up with your determination of what that is? Have you been to most of these towns?
Yeah, no, I have not been. I have not been to the majority of those towns. I really I talk to fans or alumni of those schools, kind of get their take on it. And then, I kind of look at the restaurant scene, the bar scene, what there is to do around town, and kind of make the conclusion on, who is, what's the best college town. So, a lot of people think I just throw darts at the board and, just to get a reaction. But there is a little research that goes into it. So no, it's fun though. That tweet got a lot of reaction for sure.
We've got Big Game Boomer on the line. Check out his Twitter handle. You see it right there. If you love college football ratings, rankings, all sorts of lists. And if you're watching me with what I do, I'm guessing that this is your certainly right up your alley. So if you watch me, because I'm spewing out Big Game Boomer, I'm talking lists and rankings all the time. So I love this stuff. So you had an interesting one here recently that I would think just caused all sorts of debate and probably got a few people on your back. Top 10 most loyal fan bases in every conference.
Yeah, I just did that today, like an hour ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I got to think that you've got some criticism and some pats on the back, both of them coming for this one in particular.
Yeah, and that list, it you don't see a lot of the blue bloods at the top of that list because I've got I've got Nebraska just because they've been just god awful the last 3 or 4 years, and those fans are still as rabid as ever. Tennessee, same deal. I mean, what they've gone through, solid. I
Absolutely.
mean, very loyal. And then schools like West Virginia that aren't great every year, but still just a very loyal fan base. So I just kind of went off that, and kind of had fun with it. That's getting a lot of chatter. People are upset. People are happy. That's kind of how my lists go. So
Yeah, for this one in particular, yeah, I love this one in particular because, as you note, what you're looking for there is, has there been a football team that's been down, but the fan base has shown that they're still going to show up and still scream their lungs out and fill the stadium? And Nebraska is a classic example of that. I guess the only one that I would kind of question at your reasoning would be Washington State in the Pac-12.
Yeah, I just think Pullman, they really support the school up there, and they've had some rough seasons, and they still do a good job filling up the stadium, and compared to like Washington, I mean, they're just, I feel like they're a better fan base, and they're worse than Washington. I mean, they'll tell you that. So it's that's why I think they're more loyal, because they go through harder times than the Huskies do.
You posted one yesterday. So we're recording on Wednesday. Don't know when I'm going to post this. So this is on Tuesday of last week for anybody trying to find this. And again, you can find Big Game Boomer at the handle that I'm showing right now on the screen. You've got 45 massive blowouts this college football season. So they're obviously not just massive blowout projections, but they're prominent games, because if you're going to go with massive blowouts, you're going to say Ohio State and Rutgers, and you're going to go that route.
Yeah, I pick games that have meaning,
people care about. Yeah. So Alabama, LSU, right at the top of the list.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I am not. I don't think I think Coach O, had a great year when he won the national championship, but I'm do not think that he's going to have success this year. And I think it was a one-hit wonder. I'll eat my words if they turn it around this year, but I'm not bullish on LSU. I think they'll finish third or fourth in the SEC this year, SEC West.
Hey everyone, this is the Voice of College Football. Please like the video, share the videos out on social media, and subscribe right here at the Voice of College Football. We talk hardcore stuff every day. Best discussion, debate, and analysis. That's our aim. That's our goal. That's our mission. So you see what we produce. We got call-in shows all the time, and we ran into the Twitter account of Big Game Boomer, as many of you I'm sure already have, but if you haven't, check it out. So I'm looking down this list of massive blowouts. So I'm guessing that you're also weighing the magnitude of the game versus, let's say, Georgia Tech, I would think, is more likely to be a massive blowout in terms of a point spread, or Clemson, Florida State, than Alabama and LSU.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think like Georgia is going to steamroll Georgia Tech this year. I mean, you could almost mark that down. And, Clemson with Florida State, I mean, I don't know when Florida State's ever going to get it together. I hope they do for the sake of the ACC. But that's one. I had Michigan getting blown out on there like 6 times. And, I mean, Michigan fans just really came after me. I've kind of had fun with them over the last couple of weeks, just because I did like the best academic school in every state, and did like a map, and I put Michigan State as the best school. And oh my gosh, I got some just horrible like messages from Michigan fans. Just I'm not going to repeat what they were saying, but you know what I mean. And so ever since then, I'm like, I'm going to have some fun with this. So I've just been having fun with these Michigan fans getting all riled up. But I mean, I don't think Michigan's going to be that good this year. They may not get blown out in those games, but with their roster, I mean, 7-5 is a good year, and I don't know if that's enough to keep Jim Harbaugh keep his job. I mean, it's just it's tough with they got to play Washington, then on the road at Wisconsin, and Ohio State game, and Indiana is supposed to be pretty good. So I mean, who knows? But I mean, I think Michigan. I don't see Harbaugh getting it together this year.
You get the best and worst student sections. So I'm going to skip the group of 5. Those are kind of difficult. Well, maybe
Difficult
we won't
to judge,
because because you just don't have, outside of a couple at the top that might have crowds of 40, 50,000 people. It drops down considerably in regards to numbers of people at the games. You got MAC schools drawing 6,000 and 8,000 people per game. Versus in the Power 5, the first 4 you've got listed here are notorious. I don't think anyone would have an issue. Maybe that they think 3 should be 1 or 1 should be 2 or whatever, but they're legendary. Wisconsin, Texas A&M, Penn State, and LSU. I'm curious about
pretty
Arizona
solid.
at 5.
Yeah, so they've got the student section, and obviously the last couple of years they've been terrible, but they've got this. It's called the Zona Zoo, and I mean they're known for getting really rowdy. And I've watched YouTube videos of them at games, and it looks like a pretty crazy atmosphere. And they're proud of their student section. So after I was kind of just doing some research, I was like, yeah, this student section looks pretty legit. And I try to geographically, I like to have my where it's not all just southeastern schools. I like to include the western states, give them some love too. So yeah, I thought Arizona. It was surprising when I was kind of researching it, but they've got a good student section.
Then you also have just flat out player rankings. So where are you pulling those from? I see top 50 offensive tackles in the nation, top 50 guards, and I'm sure you'll go through every position.
Yeah, that one, those rankings take me the longest because I'm kind of looking at stats from last year. I look at what potential 2022 draft rankings. I mean, a lot of research goes into that because at the end of the day, those are players, and I don't want to disrespect any players, so I try to get those rankings as accurate as possible. And those get a lot of feedback. I mean, the players like them, coaches like them, fans like them. I mean, so I enjoy doing it, and I have players message me all the time, like, "Hey, man, thanks for including me on this list." That's so great. It's a lot of fun, just interacting with all people in college football.
Okay, again, it's a Big Game Boomer on Twitter, and he's got just daily and multiple times per day just tremendous listings of rankings and ratings, and just some of it's off the field, some fun stuff. Other is again player analysis and rankings. It's good stuff.
Yeah, no, I try to have fun. I try to do something serious, and then I do something that kind of as a joke, like on that massive blowout list. I had Kansas blowing out Texas, and it's hilarious how many Texas fans thought I was serious. And that just shows you how sensitive they are about their school right now. Because I was totally joking. Like, Kansas isn't going to blow out Texas. So the interactions are just hilarious.
But from that selection, it sounds like there's kind of a hidden message in there, in that, yeah, you're not expecting Kansas to beat Texas, let alone blow them out. But a couple things there would be, first of all, nobody's underachieving like Texas the last 10 years. So it's kind of a poke at, yeah, you're underachieving. And it's also that Kansas has taken Texas to the wire a couple times here recently.
And they beat them in 2016. Never let them move that down.
Yeah. So it has happened, not in blowout fashion, but an outcome that should never happen has happened. So I can appreciate you picking that game out in particular. Big Game Boomer. We appreciate you stopping by just to share your Twitter account and what goes on there. And I was just, again, I just came across it based on somebody apparently that I follow that retweeted, and I came across it and just think it's great stuff.
Yeah. Well, no, thanks for having me on. Anytime you want to have me on, just shoot me a message and we can chat about some of my list.
Absolutely. We'll make it through the summer here and
Yep.
enjoy college football coming up. So appreciate you stopping by.
Yep. Absolutely.